it doesn't matter how you guys look at this, right? You could be the hardest worker in the room. You could also make a good amount of cash via the information you share, via the knowledge, wisdom and logic that you share in regards to making the world a brighter place. While you are technically speaking in with a chance for marriage, just like every other man, there's not a 50-50% chance that it's guaranteed to last. Just like men that come across as mediocre, bland, biblical, traditional, with very little to our name. While we may stand a chance, once again, to receive the gift of marriage, there's not a 50-50% chance that it could potentially last. So either way you look at this, guys, it's a lose-lose situation. Make all the money in the world, right? Become wealthy within properties. In other words, get a good status going for yourself, right? Like I said, there's a 50-50% chance that that wouldn't last, because one, the marriage that you so happen to get involved in could well potentially have been a scam all along. It's unfortunate, but this is how the world works, right? Because I've seen it happen so many times, and I've seen so many men get royally bent over and shafted for half of their finance within alimony rewards, child support. And only God knows what else in rewards, along with half of his materials, even when he was abiding by the biblical word all along. But yet the court still chose to side with the woman. And once again, and no, I'm not attacking, what could potentially be God's real ones here. The same could happen within a traditional marriage. Could happen, not will, could. So either way you look at this, guys, it's a lose-lose situation. We don't get a fair shot either way we look at it, right? Think of it this way, Are you familiar with the game where whoever picks the shortest straw loses out on the game, right? Well, that's exactly what marriage is like. It's exactly like that. Let's say, I don't know, you got 5 people, right? All wanting the same thing. Whether it be a traditional marriage for spiritual purposes, in order to raise a biological family of their own with the woman they love, yeah? And then you've got guys that are hard ballers that work for a living, yeah? Let's say they're given 5 pieces of straw. Now, two, maybe 3 out of the 5 are going to be unfortunate to pick a short piece of straw. Therefore, they forfeit the game. That's exactly what the world has left us guys with, either way you look at it. And once again, I'm not attacking what could potentially be God's real ones when it comes down to traditional women here. Nor am I attacking women at all. I'm stating facts. That it doesn't matter how us guys want to go about marriage. Because like I said, there's a 50% chance that it's guaranteed not to last. Now, as much as I would love it to last and be the last marriage, well, relationship / marriage, there's a 50% chance, like I said, that it couldn't, or, you know, that it wouldn't even potentially last. There you go. So, there you have it, folks. You know, it doesn't matter, like I said, what you guys, you know, choose to do in life in order to work your way around this rigged system, in order to attract and manifest, you know, what you would like in life. Either way you look at it, there's always pros and cons, and mostly cons, you know, within certain areas. So the only thing us men are left to do, technically speaking, is to put in the work in there and in there, as well as heal from all of the propaganda, the false indoctrinations that we've been taught, the worldly voice of feeding fear, anxiety, and only God knows what else into us, you know, because I'm guilty of it from occasion, you know. But the good thing about anxiety, you can grow confidence from that. So don't think it's the end of the world that, oh my God, you know, I might as well just be as weak as piss for the rest of my life, you know, because the world's really fucked me over. No. Use your anxiety and whatever it is you're going through in order to build confidence, along with strength, courage, not self-esteem, rather biblical esteem, genuine happiness, genuine joy. None of this like temporary happiness and temporary joy that people get from, like I said, royally bending us chosen over and shafting us up the arse with a dry cucumber, a spiked one at that, you know. And within time, you would have become, technically speaking, undeniable. Dateable for one, with the right type of female. Unstoppable. And all of these other things. And it's not going to help you guys out there that want the gift of marriage, that think negatively all the time. Oh, well, I've been bent over and royally shafted by the opposite sex, therefore I'm going to throw in the towel and just live the rest of my life single. No. I mean, that's not the mindset to have. That's what the devil wants people to have. Because he doesn't want a godly family brought into the world. And I wonder why that is. Because he is threatened by a godly family. Because where there's a godly family involved, it's also leaving his satanic cult and false indoctrination to take hit after hit after hit after hit until there is virtually nothing left of it. This is why the Satan is working hard to cause nothing but division and strife amongst both sexes, because he is threatened by our fullest potential when it comes down to being the men. And once again, women, for you women out there, that the gospel created us to be, not the world, but the gospel. While so many people go around, having no clue as to where they're going in life or what they're doing, they're basically putting on false images, false identities of who they believe they are, but deep down within their heart and mind, it's not true. It's smoke and mirrors, and it's bullshit. Because once you begin to realise that you are already paid for in here and in here, no amount of false identities along with images can actually in fact buy who you think that each and every one of you may be. Because we are already paid for. And this is what many people don't understand. We are, pardon me, we are technically paid for in here, in here. And once you shed all of the false indoctrinations, ideologies, false beliefs, man-made religions, and only God knows what else, only then will you begin to find the real truth. And once you find the real truth, you shall be set free in order to live the life that the Bible even promised each and every one of you to live. But so many people don't want that nowadays because they still follow self. And that's not going to change anytime soon. And what do I mean by follow self? Well, you give them the gospel word, right? You even give them passages after passages in order to help them on overcoming whatever it is they're going through, yeah? A lot of people either laugh, mock, scorn, or even ridicule your attempt to free them. While there's a small percentage, and I mean a small percentage of people out there that would actually be thankful for that, it's these people that give my life purpose and meaning, because they're willing to accept reality for what it really is, and not for how the world has portrayed it to be. And the fact that they can work with the uncomfort, the trials sometimes, along with tests, struggles, temptations, tribulations, and only God knows what else, in order to break out of this matrix, as you will, in order to find out who they really are, That's admirable, that is admirable. And there we have it. So, it doesn't matter how you guys want to play the game, really, in order to get that gift of marriage. Because, like I said, one, you could be the most wealthiest man on the planet within the 1% earners, yeah, or 2%, whatever it is. You could have all of the status going for yourself within a non-prideful, nor egotistical manner, yeah? There's a 50-50% chance that you would get half of that shafted from you within the court of law, even when you did everything right according to the gospel word. Once again, you could be traditional with virtually little to your name. And there's still a 50-50% chance that you could lock down a woman that is putting on nothing more than an act, a scam, to fool the traditional guy, that she's actually in fact the one, and it turns out that she's, technically speaking, banging other dudes behind his back. Now, once again, I'm not attacking what could potentially be God's real ones here. It's just unfortunate that the world has come to this, you know. Either way you look at it, us men don't have a fair hand when it comes down to attracting what we, you know, so rightfully deserve and have actually, in fact, put in and still put in the work for. And there we have it. Like I said, you could either let it defeat you, like many guys have, and many guys still do to this day, or you can go, do you know what, fuck it. You can still continue to strive forward, pursue excellence with a half smile or a full-ass smile on your face, which is only going to hurt and royally piss those off all the more that took you for granted. How about that? Now that is what I call turning the tables and playing the Uno reverse card, innit? In other words, don't let it get to you, man. You just got to keep on pushing forward, regardless, innit? And like I said, sooner or later down the line, a woman, feminine and pure, is going to do, or want even, she's going to want to do whatever it takes in order to convince you as to why you should actually tie the knot with her. In other words, she's that attracted to you that she's scared of losing you. Now, do we see it a lot of the time within the world that we live in? No, we don't. Because it's a rarity given today's society and the system we live in. But is it unheard of? No, absolutely not. Because if you were to go back to the 1940s, 50s, or even 60s for that matter, it was no more back then in comparison to what it is now, because times have changed, and not for the greater good either. While it has for the greater good, say, involving a small percentage of people, like I said, a lot of people are still blindly following a fake nice and a fake good woke movement. And little did they know is they're using this movement to actually conceal their hidden chameleons, convincing themselves that they're actually in fact fooling God and His Son Jesus Christ. And there's no fooling them. They see everything. They're omnipresent. And there we have it. Like I said, push forward, strive for excellence, drink plenty, be safe. Keep on putting in the hard work. Keep on climbing the mountaintop. The hell with it. Bleed a little if you have to. Whether it be psychologically or spiritually, even physically. Sweat hard. And I'm telling you, you will win. Because unlike these clowns of today's society, you have an inner strength to keep on pushing forward and striving for excellence. Not many people have that. They claim to have that, but it's nothing more than a front and act, as you will. Because from their warped realities, they have to take, they have to steal, they have to lie and cheat and manipulate in order to convince themselves that they are actually, in fact, above the mountaintop. But it will get back to God like it always does, and his son Jesus Christ. They were lying the whole time. Now guess what? They are yanked from the mountaintop and thrown right at the bottom of the pit to start all over again, and the right way. This is what many people don't understand. They laugh and joke now, temporarily that is, thinking that they're winning by treating others like shit. But little did they know, there will come a time where God and his son Jesus Christ sees it all and yank. Right at the bottom of the pile. And you've got to start from scratch, yet again. Congratulations, people. I'm not, referring to the realists here, because you abide by the book, you do everything right. This isn't aimed at you whatsoever. This is aimed at the sheep of today's society. Congratulations, bravo, well done. Now what? Are we going to abide by the gospel truth, rather than the voice of man and woman, in order to get what we want in life? Are we going to go about life the right way, or are we still going to live like a bunch of degenerative reprobates, hiding behind the fake nice and the fake good woke movement, which is what many people do, trying to conceal what they're hiding, when in actuality, in reality, you cannot hide anything. God sees everything. His son, Jesus Christ, like I said, sees everything. They are omnipresent, witnessed and approved by the Holy Spirit. There's just no fooling them. No matter how hard people want to play a game on them, they can't. Hence why people are now raging, freaking out. Because they're beginning to realise, oh shit, this guy was speaking the truth the whole time. While we don't want to give him full credit and, full acknowledgement for it, he is speaking the truth. But it is what it is, innit? Stay tuned for more videos. Keep on pursuing. And that's for any discomfort, any pain or any pain, any pain. I couldn't think of the other word that I usually use, but any pain that you may go through in here and in here, use it in order to develop strength. Use it in order to build character, rather than use it to fight against yourself. This is why so many people fail in life, because they use their pain by fighting themselves rather than putting in the work in order to heal themselves. Are you familiar with this saying, out with the old and in with the new? Focus on more of in with the new rather than fighting the old.